Firstly, I would like to introduce myself to you. So my name is Kristina Winter, and I will be the host today. So I will be your trainer. I will inform you about the Formel Q changes in 2025. So again, sorry from everybody that my camera is not working at the moment, but I think the most important thing you can see on the monitor, so the presentation will be available for everybody. Okay, so let's start with our main item, which is the Formel Q changes in 2025, because I hope that everybody knows that this year, somewhere in March, the Volkswagen uploaded a new Formel Q concrete and the brand-specific supplements to their portal, so it is available for everybody. So this is what we will check today together. Okay, firstly, we have to speak about a little bit about the whole standard, because I hope that everybody knows that the Formel Q concrete is not only one standard, but it has 4 different booklets. And you can see here in the picture that when it was changed last times, so the Formel Q capability is the oldest, as we can say it now, because it was changed in 2022 in December. And the next year when it was changing, it was last year, 2024, when the Formel Q new parts integral and the Formel Q capability annex were changed. Okay, and now we are in 2025, and this is the year when the Formel Q concrete, so the basic standard, were changing. So, and this is what we will check today in details, that what are the main important things what we have to follow if we would like to send any components to the Volkswagen Group. Okay, so let's see that now this document is the 7th revised edition of the Formel Q concrete, and it is containing the quality requirements of the suppliers. As I told you, that not only the basic standard, but the brand-specific supplements was changing also. And in both documents, the main focus point is, or not is, but are the digitalization, the data security, and the sustainability, because we know that the sustainability is more and more focused in the automotive business. So let's see that what is inside. So if we open the Formel Q concrete, the general provisions is always the same. You can see here in the picture. So they are speaking about the specification and the standards of what kind of internal Volkswagen standards we have to follow. There is some requirements with this software development, which has a K-gas naming, and the suppliers who are developing the softwares, I'm sure that they are using in a daily basis this K-gas portal and the requirements by the Volkswagen. So now in 2025, the brand-specific supplements and the cybersecurity requirement were changed, and we will check it in details. But as a standard requirement, the VDA volumes, or if there is any news in the ISO 9001 or in the EATF, it is always part of the Formel Q concrete. And the DISEX, which will be very important, and we will speak a little bit about, because it is not in the Formel Q concrete, it is not changed in wording, but in the reality, every supplier gets a special letter regarding the DISEX. So we will discuss also this item during this some minutes what we have now. So firstly, let's see that what is inside the brand-specific supplements, because it is absolutely a separated document, which is containing additional rules for the Volkswagen Group. So let's see that what is inside. One of the main changes, which is described here, belongs to the Volkswagen PKV, the Audi and the Porsche customers, because they are using a new auditing and checking system by the suppliers. And you can see here with red letters that the new checking system name is Supply Chain Capability Assessment. It is not only a document, not only an assessment, it is as we call it is a new auditing type, because the suppliers who are producing PCBs for Audi, Porsche, and the Volkswagen, and they have SMT technology, so the surface mount technology. I'm sure that everybody will learn and everybody will see that how it is working. So the Skoda, the Porsche, and the Volkswagen would like to be sure that the suppliers can follow the requirements and follow the rules that how the surface mount technology has to be done by the suppliers. So it is a new document which related to this SCCA documentation. It is at the moment it is not available on the ONO portal, but if you are working with the three OEMs, you have to get a contact with your contact person, because they will send the document to you by mail. Okay, so it is very important that it is a new system, how they are checking the SMT technology and the suppliers who are using the SMT technology, but the document itself, now it is not available on ONO, but you have to speak with your direct contact person, and they will send you this documentation. So let's see that what is inside also in the brand specific supplements. So which is new, it is a 1.2.2 chapter, which related to the equipment and the gauges, because it is described that you have to coordinate it together with the customers. So they will tell to you directly that how you have to use the gauges, what kind of calibration system, what kind of identification system you have to use if they have an owned, special owned gauges or equipments. So this is what I said to you, that this is new item here in the brand specific supplement. The next chapter is not new. It was not changed, but during last year, I was in several suppliers here in Hungary, where I was seeing that not everybody is in line with the requirement regarding the product audit. So that's why I wanted to highlight this topic, the 3.3 chapter, in the Skoda. So if somebody is working with Skoda as a customer, you have to take care that how we have to handle the product audit. So many times I get a question from the suppliers that, hey, Christina, that what is the requirement, how it is described, that how many parts I have to put to the product audit. 3 pieces is enough, or we have to use the 5 pieces. So if your customer is the Skoda, so it is described here. So not all of the Volkswagen Group OEMs described in any documents that what is the required number of the product audit components, but the Skoda describes it. So you can see here in the picture that they are asking 5 pieces, at least 5 pieces to the product audit. And they are also describing here in the brand specific supplements that it has to be part of the visual inspection, the functional test, the dimensional test, and it is minimum 5 pieces what we have to use. Okay, so it is, as I told you, it is not a new requirement. It was before also in the Skoda requirement, but as I feel we have to review it again, because many of the suppliers not known that what is the requirement quantity. Okay, the next one, which is part of the brand specific supplement, it is the chapter of the 3.4 chapter, which belongs to the softwares. So as I told you that now the software development is in a main focus during the whole Volkswagen brand and the whole Volkswagen group. So they have also in a Skoda team, there are a new document which helps to the suppliers that how they have to handle and how they have to do the PPA for the softwares, because we know, or I hope that everybody knows that in case of the software development, we have to follow also the VDA 2 booklet of VDA 2 standards, but to help to the suppliers, the Skoda created a new documentation which called Form to PPA release for software related systems. It is also can be asked from the direct contact persons from the Skoda, so it is also not part of the ONO portal in the central Volkswagen group, but the Skoda direct persons can send it to you if you are asking for that. Okay, so the next item will be the 4.4, which is the problem identification or identification and the management. It is also not a new item. It was written many years ago, but as I visiting here in Hungary, I don't know that whether in your country it is the same situation or not. But when I am visiting the Hungarian suppliers, many times I found that they are not in line with the requirement regarding the process performance indicators. So the preliminary and the long-term capability requirements. So you can see here in the picture that for the PPK, the Skoda is asking minimum 1.67. For the CPK, it is 1.33 when we are in the startup phases, but when we are in serial condition, the CPK requirement will be also 1.67. So nowadays we have to forget the 1.33 because the minimum is, as in any other Volkswagen OEMs, the Skoda and the Audi is following that the CPK should be minimum 1.67. Okay, so it is which is important, I think, to review it. But as I told you, it is not a new requirement. It was years before also the same requirement. And here, from the brand-specific supplements, I told you that we have to speak a little bit about the DISEX, because we know that the last 2 years, it was in focusing in every suppliers that we have to make an audit, a DISEX audit, and we have to get the label, the DISEX label. And now the Volkswagen this year made a statement, and you can see here, this was the letter what every supplier gets from the Volkswagen Group. I hope that you were seeing it when it was arrived. So the time when Volkswagen Group was sending it to every supplier, it was 1st of April in 2025, and they were informed the suppliers that they created a very strict deadline from 1st of January in 2026, when the Volkswagen Group will only conclude contracts where DISEX certification is available. So
and this is why, I'm sorry, Christina, this is why many of our customers who has been not yet validated or stamped or audited by TISAX, they are knocking on our door and they start to ask that, who can you help us with the preparation for TISAX and so on and so on. So it's now again a thing that this axis now it's in the focus. Sorry. So
yeah,
it's important. It's important, everyone. Please continue.
yeah, absolutely. So that's why I put here into this presentation, because as I told you, that in the brand specific supplements and in the Formel Q concrete, it is not highlighted as here it is highlighted in this letter, but it is very, very important that if your company has no TISAC certification, you are not able to get a new project from the Volkswagen Group from 1st of January in 2026. Okay? So let's change from the brand-specific supplements back to the Formel Q concrete, because it is our main standard. We are lucky because not so many item was changed in 2026, but which is changed, it is important. So you can see here in the comparison slide that what was changed since 2021. So what are the news in 2025? So the statutory and the regulatory regulation was changing regarding the raw materials. The cybersecurity management was changing a little bit. And we will speak about a little bit the supply chain responsibility. And at the end, we will speak about the escalation system, because it is one of the main important changes. Okay, so let's see that what was changing regarding the cybersecurity. So we know that it was a main requirement that the PSCRs has to be noted in the Volkswagen portal that who is the PSCR. But now it is not enough, because since the TISAC certification are valid in the suppliers, so now the cybersecurity contact person has to be also noted and documented into the Volkswagen portal that who is our cybersecurity contact person. So it is very, 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 very important, small, but very, very important changes. Okay, next one, which is also related to the suppliers who are working with softwares and the software developers. It is very, very important that the contact persons who are in direct contact with the suppliers, so or the customers, sorry. So the suppliers has to be proof that the German-speaking contact person has to be available till end of the EOS. It should be the question that what is the EOS meaning? So that's why I put here to you one slide regarding the new life cycle chapter, which is after our serial production, because it means that the new contracts, what we will sign with the customer, with the OEMs, so it will be extended with more 15 years. So if we are software developers, it will mean that we will have a new time period, which is a service phase. So the EOS means that end of service timing. And you can see here that it is minimum 15 years after the spare part production. So the serial production and the spare part production. And what does this mean? That in this plus 15 years, the customer should ask requalification data for the softwares. They can send any complaints to you. So it will be a very, very important timing for the software developers. So let's see that what is the next new item. So it is the compliance with the environmental sustainability items. So there is two internal standards, the VW 9110 and 1 and the Volkswagen 50156, which is describing that if we are using chemical material, so what should be the composition, what kind of chemical materials we have to use. So the safety data sheet and the chemical safety data will be very, very focused during our project. Okay. So we spoke about a little bit the cyber security, and not only it is in a focus that that we have to note the cyber security responsible to the Volkswagen portal, but it was changed that how we can prove to the Volkswagen that we are reaching the ISO 21431 standards. So in the past, it was written that in any kind or any way, any kind of way, we have to prove that we implement this rule, the ISO 21431, 434, sorry, but it was not described that how we have to prove. But now it is part of the Formel concrete that we have to do an internal audit regarding the standards, and the internal audit should be done by the ISO PAS 5112 standards. So if somebody is not know or not or did not buy this standard, the ISO PAS 5112, I'm offering to you that maybe it will be a very, very important standard for you. So please buy it, and please do your internal audit for the software developments based on the standards. Okay, so it is a new item, and it will be checked by the Volkswagen Group when they are coming to us for I don't know that for any visits, or if they are doing VD 613 audits, so they can ask whether how you are doing the internal audits for the softwares. Okay, let's see that what is in the chapter 3. So there is some new changes regarding the PPA process, because we know from the past that the customer was asking the PPA process for the finished components. So when we are ready with the development process, after we have to do the PPA process, they will approve our parts, and after we can start the serial production. So now it is in the chapter 3 that they can ask a separate PPA process for the subcomponents or semi-finished products. So it is also news. Not only the finished goods can be sent to PPA, but now they can ask it for subcomponents or semi-finished products. Okay, so also in the chapter 3, but we will speak about it, so I will not go inside to details that how we are doing the internal audits for the software. So it is a double requirement here, or doubled the requirement here. So I will not speak about it double times. Okay. Let's check that what is inside about the product safety and the product liability rules. So it was also part of the Formel concrete, but now it is a little bit changed. So here you can see regarding the PSCRs in 2025 that the product safety and conformity representative should be noted in the Volkswagen portal, and not only the main PSCRs, but his or her representation by the suitable institution has to be qualified. So not only one person, but minimum 2 persons has to be noted into the portal, and both of them has to be trained by the product integrity standards. One sentence regarding these standards, what you can see here, the product integrity. So it is very important that at the end of this year, the product integrity standard will be changed. So if you are interested in, or your position is the PSCR, so it is very important that at the beginning of next year, you have to go for a training that what will be the changes into the product integrity. Okay. So let's see the last two items, which is part of the Formel Q concrete. One of them is the DTID verification. Here I'm always informing the suppliers that there is a mistake in the Formel Q concrete standards, because you can see here that the chapter 4.3.1 describes that based on the DTID verification, you have to keep and you have to archive your documents for at least 15 years after the end of the production. And here is the problem. Here is the miswordings, because you can see in the briquettes that the Volkswagen described here that C in FODE volume 1. And here is the problem, because if you are opening the FODE 1, which is related to the document creation and the archiving process, so it is described here that the document has to be retained till 30 years. Okay, so please keep this item that the document retaining process should be for 30 years. So the 15 years is not enough. I know that it is described in the Formel Q concrete, but now because the FODE 1 is the stricter standard, you have to follow the 30 years. Okay, we hope that sometime the Volkswagen will change this wording, and you can use the 30 years also in the Formel Q concrete. And the last item, what I wanted to inform you, it is the critical supplier program and the escalation level situation, because it is also changed a little bit. So it is described here, what you can see here in the red letters, that the classification in the critical supplier program must be communicated to the certification body as special status. And it is very, very important, because I see also in the suppliers that everybody understands this sentence in different ways. What does the special status means? So which escalation level we have to inform our certification body that what we get from the customer. And in many cases, I get from the suppliers that the escalation level 3, so when we get the new business on hold status, it is the only one where we have to involve the certification body. But not this is the true, because in the 2025 edition of the Formel Q concrete, the Volkswagen was noted that all of the escalation levels has to be noted to the certification body. Okay, so level 1, level 2, and level 3 has to be noted to the certification body. So as fast as you can. So when you get an escalation level from the customer, you have to inform your certification body. So the rule says that within 10 days you have to inform the certification body. So it is a new rule there. And one last sentence, and I will finish the changes in the Formel Q concrete, that you have to be how can I say in English? Okay, so in a different way. So if you check the English version of the Formel Q concrete, unfortunately, it is not part of the English version that the level 1 means special status, but the German version contains it. So in every case is when you are not sure that what is the right sentences or how the Volkswagen is written the rules into the Formel Q concrete. So please always use the German version, because now in that case, the escalation level, only the German version contains that the escalation level 1 is also a special status and not only the level 3. Okay. So that's all from my side. I know that it was too quick how we are going through on the new rules, but you can see that many of them is in the standard. So I hope that I could help with these items for you. So if you have any question, I am here and I am waiting for them.
Or you can send it to us. We can organize a quick Teams meeting. If you have separate questions so you don't want to put in the arena or in the chat box, we are absolutely totally open to answer to it. So thank you very much, Christina. Can you switch to the next slide, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that we have a very important trainings are upcoming. You know, the famous 6.3 will be in Kragujevac. Also, we will have, as you said, PSCR. We will have a PSCR meeting training. Good news that it is online, so you don't have to travel for that. We will have a one-day Renault Group customer-specific requirements training, and also the famous and well appreciated 19.2 technical cleanliness in assembly training will be here. So again, thank you very much. Sorry for the small technical delay. Thank you for your participation. Don't forget to register yourself if it had not been done yet for the for our conference. Last days today and tomorrow. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate. Thank you very much and have a nice rest of the day and have a nice weekend.